So that means we should be on the bear's side and hope he gets his hat back, because he's a good bear. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Bench's Book Reviews. What's in the box today? It is I Want My Hat Back by Jon Klassen. There is some sort of bear. I have done Jon Klassen before, so do check that out. It was called Square, and it was very nice. So let's see how nice this one is. This one seems to be Jon Klassen, written and illustrated. I believe Square was written by someone else, but illustrated by him. But his style is instantly recognizable, which is always good if you're an illustrator looking to make a name for yourself. So he wants his hat back, does he? Mr. Bear. Let's see. My hat is gone. I want it back. Quite like Klassen's other one, even if it wasn't written by him. Quite a short text and a nice big picture of the bear there. So this is the bear not wearing a hat that lines up with his hat being gone straight away, so we don't know the hat. We just see instantly in a similar book, The Robot with No Bottom. The robot has a bottom at the start, and we see the incident where the robot loses its bottom. But here we begin with the bear already having lost his hat. So post-tragedy. Have you seen my hat? This is the bear asking some sort of fox. No, I haven't seen your hat. Okay, thank you anyway. Now this is very nice typography, if that's the right word. You can see it doesn't say the bear asked the fox, have you seen my hat? It just says, have you seen my hat? No, I haven't seen your hat. Okay, thank you. So it's just literally the dialogue, as though you're watching it on the stage. But they use different colour here. So the fox gets a kind of orangey brown, which is almost the colour of a fox, and the bear gets this kind of bear brown, which keeps it very clean in terms of how it looks, makes it easy to read. As I say, almost like a piece of theatre. Wonderful. Have you seen my hat? No, I haven't seen any hats around here. Okay, thank you anyway. So that's and this time it's a conversation with a frog who gets green writing. This is quite similar to the no bot in terms of something being missing, going around asking for it. Seems to be a fairly standard setup for one of these books. Quite the way the bear is almost an identical pose in each picture. I don't know if it is literally identical. I don't think so. I think they have been drawn individually. I don't think he's photoshopped that in, like duplicated it. Some sort of software, although he may have done. Wouldn't hold it against him if he did. Have you seen my hat? I'm saying you. I'm emphasising the you, though it's not bolded or anything, it just feels natural. He's talking to some sort of hat-wearing rabbit here. The rabbit has a small cone-shaped hat there. And the rabbit gets red text. No! Why are you asking me? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any hats anywhere. I would not steal a hat. Don't ask me any more questions. Okay, thank you anyway. So the rabbit, obviously, we can all see, is wearing the hat. But again, it's very nice. It doesn't have to put it in the text. It doesn't say, bear walks along and meets a rabbit wearing a hat. It just gives you the dialogue. And then you use the picture to see that the rabbit is looking shifty and wearing a hat. And obviously this exaggerated evasiveness is evidence of the rabbit's guilt. But the bear just says, thank you anyway. The bear hasn't cottoned onto it. And I was talking to someone else, a turtle. Have you seen my hat? I haven't seen anything all day. I have been trying to climb this rock. And there's a picture of a turtle attempting to climb a rock. Would you like me to lift you on top of it? Yes, please. Well, that is wonderful. That really speaks for Bear's character, that even though he is forlornly looking for his hat, he's taking the time to help a turtle in need. So that means we should be on the bear's side and hope he gets his hat back, because he's a good bear. Have you seen my hat? And this is now a snake dangling from a tree. I saw a hat once. It was blue and round. My hat doesn't look like that. Thank you anyway. And he always says thank you. I'm not sure if that's a reference to anything. The snake saying he saw a blue round hat. That could be some classic story of a snake with a blue round hat. I guess like a sailor's cap or something would be what he's referring to. But we know, even though it's not been in the text, we know from the picture that the bear's hat is probably this pointy red one. So again, blue and round, very much in opposition, I should say, to pointy and red. So I think that's what they're trying to do there. They're emphasizing that it's a different hat to the one we've seen and reminding us of the hat we've seen. It's also a bit like there's a Frog and Toad story about a button, which I may have reviewed here. If I have, I'll link it. Where, well, basically they keep finding the wrong kind of button. So he says, "Is that your button?" And it might be like black, and he says, "No, I want a white one." So it's kind of the same sort of idea here. Then he's talking to something that looks a bit like an armadillo or a mole or something. Not quite sure what that is. "Have you seen my hat? What is a hat?" So this is a very poorly informed creature. "Thank you anyway." And the bear still says thank you every time. Well, he must be getting a bit upset. That's different again to the no-bot, which or the in Frog and Toad with the button where he keeps looking for his button. They both get more and more frustrated and upset and desperate. Whereas here the bear just pretty chilled out. Very chilled out bear. "Nobody has seen my hat." Oh, well, here we go. So he is getting a bit upset now. "Nobody has seen my hat. What if I never see it again? What if nobody ever finds it? My poor hat. I miss it so much." So he's even feeling sorry for the hat that is presumably missing the bear as well. And he's lying down now. He's having a break. So yeah, this is the moment where the bear starts to give up. But will there be a twist? Oh, along comes a helpful deer walking on its hind legs. "What's the matter?" "I have lost my hat, and nobody has seen it." "What does your hat look like?" "It is red and pointy." Ah, okay, so there we go. So it definitely is that hat that rabbit was wearing, or one very like it. And ... Oh, and now he sits up, and the background of the page suddenly goes red. This is his epiphany. Or is he... This could be an indicator that he's seeing red, as it were, and becoming filled with rage. "I have seen my hat!" That's in capital letters. It doesn't have exclamation mark, but it's in very much in capital letters. And possibly a slightly larger font as well. So he's remembered, I guess, that the rabbit has got his hat. And now he's really running, which is very different because before we always saw him standing in the same pose. But now the bear is sprinting, and we can see all the other animals who he's spoken to. Not all of them, actually. The frog's not there. But we see deer, funny armadillo thing, snake, fox, and turtle now on his rock, where the bear put him. Watching the bear run off. And he's now found the rabbit. You stole my hat!" Well, steal is a very strong word. Although I think the rabbit did say, "I haven't stolen anything." Which almost suggests that he did steal something, because he was clearly... Yeah, I would not steal a hat. Is what he said, so kind of suggests he did steal it, because he was obviously lying. And now they're facing off, staring each other down. Bear stares, rabbit stares. What's going to happen? Now the bear's wearing the hat. It says, "I love my hat," when the bear is sitting on some broken leaves. So he's either sitting on top of the rabbit, having removed the hat, or he may have even gobbled up the rabbit. I don't know. Oh, and now along comes Squirrel. "Excuse me, have you seen a rabbit wearing a hat?" Says the squirrel. "No, why are you asking me? I haven't seen him. I haven't seen any rabbits anywhere. I would not eat a rabbit. Don't ask me any more questions." "Okay, thank you anyway." Now that's great, isn't it? Because that's exactly a repeat of what the rabbit said, right? Like it's copied that, but it's changed the hat for the rabbit, and he says, "I would not eat a rabbit." And we know that the rabbit who said he would not steal a hat did steal a hat, so we know that the bear has eaten the rabbit. I don't know if the squirrel's mates with the rabbit, or if he just... Maybe the rabbit had stolen something of the squirrel's, and the squirrel was trying to find out. And the scroll says, okay, thank you anyway, which is what the bear always replied. Well, that is a brilliantly worked book. Very tight structure. Very nice. Really get insight into the characters, like the way the bear helps the turtle, which is very nice, because then you feel sympathy for the bear eating the rabbit. It's obviously violent retribution. I don't know if the death penalty is considered apt or proportional just for hat theft, but we're in the animal kingdom, aren't we? So that's what happens. People tend to get eaten. So I think that's an excellent piece of work by Jon Klassen. Well done. I love the drawing style as well. Obviously, it's very similar to Square in terms of the way things are drawn. We have these animals, the facial expressions, the eyes, the lack of mouths, and then the bits and bobs, like little bits of stone and grass, pebbles. All very similar to Square, but it's nice, it's recognisable, and very full of character. So I'd recommend Jon Klassen's I Want My Hat Back. Do check it out, and also others of his works, which, as I say, in my experience, also tend to be great. So, lovely book, lovely twist. Eating the rabbit, it's kind of funny. It's different because on the Nobot, which I was referencing earlier, it's all very much happy families and stuff, and it was kind of people taking the bottom by accident, or not realizing, and then trying to help. Whereas here, we definitely had a villain in the rabbit, but the villain was consumed at the end in a humorous manner. So that's great. So thank you. That's it. And do join me again for another of Mr. Bench's book reviews. Bye.